RV news on the topic: Chase Bank ready for nationwide IQD and VND exchanges. Iraqi Dinar News 2025, written entirely in paragraph format without headings. Welcome back to RV News, the channel where we cut through the noise, bring you the latest developments, and keep you fully informed about every twist and turn in the global currency revaluation story. If you hold Iraqi Dinar or Vietnamese dong, or you've been watching this journey for years, today's update is one you do not want to miss. We are talking about a major banking development coming directly from Chase Bank. And this isn't just speculation, rumor, or the usual he said, she said chatter that floats around in the currency community. What we have today is hard evidence, insider confirmation, and multiple reports that Chase Bank is now operationally ready for nationwide IQD and VND exchanges. This means, in simple terms, that one of the largest banks in the United States has put all its systems, staff, and exchange infrastructure into place for the very currencies we have been waiting on for so long. Now, before I break down the details of what's happening at Chase, let's put this into perspective. For years, major banks in the U.S. have played it coy when it comes to the Iraqi Dinar and Vietnamese dong. Most of you have had the experience of walking into a branch and asking about exchanging these currencies, only to be met with blank stares, polite deflections, or the infamous "we don't deal in exotic currencies" response. And yet, behind the scenes, there's been a different story unfolding, a slow, calculated buildup of exchange readiness, testing of international settlement systems, and even quiet training of specialized staff to handle what's coming. The latest reports we've gathered indicate that Chase Bank has not only finalized its internal exchange procedures for IQD and VND, but they have also completed system updates that integrate these currencies into their teller and foreign exchange platforms nationwide. This is huge because in the past, even if a bank was willing to deal with these currencies, it was limited to certain branches or regional centers. What's happening now means that no matter where you are in the U.S., you'll have access to a branch that can either process your exchange directly or connect you seamlessly to the nearest redemption location. One of the most exciting pieces of information is that Chase has reportedly conducted nationwide live drills over the past 2 weeks. These drills were designed to test everything from system logins, rate displays, and anti-money laundering checks, all the way to how tellers and currency exchange managers would handle a tier for appointment when it comes through. Multiple insiders from different states have described seeing the IQD and VND codes already populated in the bank system with placeholders for the new rates, which, of course, are still hidden until the official go signal is given. This lines up perfectly with what we've been hearing about the final phases of the revaluation process being more about logistics now than negotiations. The rate decisions have already been made, the international approvals are in place, and what remains is the controlled rollout. From a logistical standpoint, Chase Bank has also reportedly equipped several hundred of its branches with dedicated currency exchange rooms, private offices, where high-value clients can conduct exchanges in comfort and privacy. These are not just generic meeting rooms, they are specifically designed with security cameras, locked cash drawers, rate display monitors, and even direct phone lines to the bank's central foreign exchange desk. This is to ensure that the entire exchange process is secure, compliant, and efficient. For large holders of IQD and VND, these private spaces will make a huge difference in both comfort and discretion. Let's talk about the timing for a moment, because that's the question I know is on everyone's mind. While no bank is ever going to publicly announce the revaluation is happening tomorrow for obvious reasons, the combination of readiness indicators at Chase, coupled with similar reports from Wells Fargo and certain regional banks, tells us that we are in the final days or weeks of preparation. We've been told by a credible contact that certain Chase branches have already received their tier for B client call lists, names, and phone numbers of pre-screened individuals who will be contacted immediately once the green light is given. That green light, according to this source, could be tied directly to the Central Bank of Iraq's next rate posting on the official CBI website, which is rumored to be coming before the end of this month. This readiness also ties into the international picture. In Iraq, the push for a stable, internationally recognized exchange rate for the dinar has been relentless over the past 6 months. The country's economic reforms have accelerated, Trade agreements have been signed with major partners, and there's been a visible increase in foreign direct investment. Every one of these moves strengthens the foundation for a higher exchange rate. Meanwhile, Vietnam has been quietly making similar progress, boosting exports, managing inflation, and aligning their currency valuation with international expectations. When both of these currencies revalue, the knock-on effects for global markets will be massive, and banks like Chase are positioning themselves to handle the tidal wave of exchange activity. What's even more telling is how Chase has been preparing their staff. Several branch employees have confirmed that they have undergone specialized foreign currency exchange training in recent weeks. This training covers not just the mechanical process of buying back IQD and VND, but also the customer service aspects, how to handle high net worth clients, how to explain rate differences between contract and screen rates, and how to process large transactions in compliance with federal reporting requirements. This means that Chase is not just ready technically, they are ready in terms of human resources as well. The staff who will be dealing with us know exactly what to expect. Security is another critical piece of this puzzle. In the past, one of the biggest concerns for currency holders has been safety, both in traveling to the bank and during the exchange itself. Chase's plan reportedly includes enhanced in-branch security on exchange days, with plainclothes security officers stationed in and around the building, as well as coordination with local law enforcement for larger transactions. High-value exchanges may even be conducted outside of normal banking hours to avoid drawing attention. This is smart, because when the RV hits, the last thing any bank wants is chaos in the lobby or opportunists hanging around looking for an easy target. On the technology side, Chase has integrated blockchain-based settlement protocols for certain international transfers, meaning that when they take in your IQD or VND, they can verify authenticity and process settlement far faster than in the past. Counterfeit detection systems have also been upgraded, with machines calibrated specifically for the 2023 to 2025 Iraqi Dinar notes and the latest Vietnamese dong series. This reduces the risk of delays and ensures that transactions are smooth. For anyone who has ever worried about a teller not recognizing the currency, those days are gone. Another thing that's worth noting is how Chase's readiness could influence other banks. Once one major player like Chase begins processing exchanges on a nationwide level, competitors will have no choice but to follow suit. That means Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Citibank, and others will have to match Chase's readiness to avoid losing clients. This competitive pressure could actually speed up the entire RV rollout, because no bank wants to be caught flat-footed when their rival is scooping up massive deposit inflows from currency holders. Remember, every exchange you make is money in the bank for them, and they know it. In terms of rates, while nothing is locked in for public display yet, the chatter behind the scenes continues to circle around some very attractive numbers. For the Iraqi Dinar, we've heard figures ranging from the low $4s to over $6 on the contract side, with the public screen rate expected to be slightly lower. For the Vietnamese dong, numbers between $2 and $4 have been floated, again, depending on whether you are part of a contract group or simply walking in off the street. Chase, like other major banks, will reportedly be able to offer both types of rates, with the higher rates available to those who either have an NDA arrangement or meet certain criteria. If you've been following RV news for any length of time, you know that the Tier for B group, the private internet group that many of us are part of, has been waiting for years for this call. The fact that Chase now has both the infrastructure and the procedure in place to process Tier for B exchanges nationwide is the clearest sign. Yet that our time is near. This is why staying prepared, having your currency in order, and knowing your plan before you step into the bank is so critical. The window could open quickly, and you won't have days to think about it once it does. Now, let's talk about what you can do right now to be ready for Chase's nationwide rollout. First, make sure your currency is sorted, counted, and stored securely. Have all your receipts and provenance documents ready, because banks will ask where you obtained your currency. Second, make a written plan for what you intend to do after the exchange, how much you will deposit, what portion you may move into other investments, and how you will structure your accounts. Third, be ready for the call. If Chase is indeed working from Tier for B lists, you may